Hello, hi there, I'm Bella. Thanks very much for joining me here at my YouTube channel, and this is your yearly overview forecasts by me, Bella the Secret Psychic, for 2017 for all you lovely Geminis. And how I work, for those of you who don't know, as I work with my spirit guides, so it's them sort of giving the overall theme, and it's a general theme, for it be picked up in different ways, I think is the right thing to say when it comes to what's going to be happening for you Geminis over 2017. And it's a super exciting foundation setting year. For those of you who see my other videos, we are in the number 1 year of a new 9-year life cycle, which is always a super exciting place to be, and let's say shouldn't be as difficult or stagnant or traumatic as for some star signs as it was in 2016. Good progress. So if you don't know anything about me, just look below to my services, link to my Facebook page, to my website, are all down below, as well to links to other videos as well that I have got on my channel. Do subscribe, do like if you've enjoyed what you're going to be hearing today as well. It's very much appreciated. And so I'm going to crack on now with your forecast for January 2017 general overview, which again is being sort of inspired and been given to me by my spirit guides. So just to kind of start, the theme that I'm getting, which I think is super important that you hear this, Geminis, because, without taking things verbatim and in the literal sense, but, there can be two sides of you, and it's definitely a theme coming out in the first 4 months for you. My guides are saying you've got a choice about which face you present. Basically, you can present the face that is good, understanding, kind, lovely, or you can present the face that wants to be stubborn or lives in the negative. You have a choice, and it's a mental cognitive choice that you all will make at the beginning of the year about how you want to progress. And depending on how you frame things in your mind is going to be your lived experience, basically, for the first 4 months. So this message that I want to give for the first 4 months is super important, because you can either have a really wonderful time or not such a wonderful time in the first 4 months. Generally, overall, with most things, I feel here that for a lot of you, hopefully who've seen this message, will frame things in the positive. So what I'm going to say will not apply to you. If you in January can frame things and say, you know what, I've got a lot of things that are going on, a lot of ideas, a lot of things I want to juggle, but I'm going to approach them in a very positive way because I know it will work out, and I'm just going to need to do it very methodically and put my best foot forward and not let people get to me and not bring me down, and I'm going to smile at people and I'm going to be good-hearted, good-natured, whatever this is. If you can go and move forward in that way, none of what I'm going to say to you is going to apply to you at all, because you'll just have good, contented, fine, maybe even borderline boring, but still good, no dramas time. If you don't heed what I've got to say to you, then you're not going to have the funnest time for the first 4 months. Super honest with you, right at the bag. So you have a mental choice, because it is about you and how you're perceiving the world. Your attitude to the world is what you're going to manifest. If you've seen any of my other videos about the law of attraction, manifestation, what we think, we create. And if we are presenting a karmic attitude that is in the negative, in terms of being perhaps too selfish or wanting to climb over other people to get to where we need, or just being negative because you've had a negative experience in 2016, that negative experience for you in particular will linger. And I know this feels like a harsh kind of reality check, but I just feel the urge from my guides to give you that reality check that you personally have a choice about how you set your intentions going forward into 2017, about how you think and how you want to act. And I think for some of you, you may feel a little bit that some people deserve the way that you want to perhaps go about things in a negative way. Don't worry about that. Let the universe take care of those things. It's not for you necessarily to kind of take control to be that way, but if you do, it kind of will backfire, is what I want to say. So there's no point self-harm, basically, as far as I can see. So sorry to be so harsh right out the bag, but it's coming across as so important that you don't go into 2016 with the same frame of mind of thinking that 2017 will be the same way, because pretty much you'll manifest it for the first 4 months. You need to sometimes we all need to be a bit selfish with things, but it's about how you go about it. And it's just shown to me that you'll just have a lot of disappointments. Like you'll struggle more to get that new job, you'll struggle more to get into the college, you'll struggle more to pass an exam, you'll struggle more to get into a relationship if you are not thinking positively and allowing things to flow. If you are angry and continue to be angry, or if you're disappointed and then want to kind of get your own back on something, it will come back and bite you in the bum. You could end up terminating unwillingly or not even wanting a relationship. Particularly as we get to April, I get here that if you continue down that path, you will lose out. You will not get that job. You'll have to, almost like you'll be starting your year from May instead of starting your year from January in the positive sense. Whereas for all of you that hear this, sorry I'm going on about it, but it's coming up as super important, we'll have this in January and it will flow right from the beginning. If not, it will be May that you'll start to see things super pick up. So why do that to yourself? Basically, start the year positively, openly, willingly. Forgiveness is one of the words that comes out. Not wanting to get your own back, not wanting to disappoint people. Just change it. It's not worth it, because all it's doing is dimming your light and not necessarily other things. If you can do that, then like I said, the things that I'm talking about now from May will happen from January. If not, you'll have a difficult ride until May. Then things get better. So hopefully you've stayed with me, you're not switched off, because it does get better. I just had to give you that warning. It's coming out so strong. From May time, I think for those of you who didn't hear the words and you kind of sit back and look at life and go, actually, yeah, I should have done things better. Pick your head back up and, you've looked and maybe some other things have let you down, but maybe it was needed to kind of, wake you up so that you would reframe your mind to be the aspect of you that is much more positive. You'll contemplate and you'll start to sow your seeds the way you should have done in January in a much more positive way. You'll start to nurture yourself and nurture others. You start to be positivity, and bam, straight away it will flow to you that your hard work, your ideas. So then if you're looking for getting to jobs, if you're looking to start a family, if you're looking to buy a new car, whatever it is, start a new relationship, be better, whatever it is, flows immediately because you've reframed your mind. And it has to definitely maybe because you're playing catch up. For others that start in January, it may not be that kind of bam speed. It kind of happens like month by month, and you're like, oh yes, this is great. This is all working out because you've got this good frame of mind. But for those of you who had the bad sort of experience, let's say the universe has to catch up with you. So then you get it very quickly, sort of May and June, everything kind of flows that would have flowed earlier. So you'll feel euphoric, either path that you decide to take, you'll feel euphoric as you get to May and June, because whatever you've invested in yourself, in self-growth, work, all the things, whatever this is, because we all are individuals, we all choose different paths, you will have that success and abundance. It flows and is starting there straight away. And so much so that you're going to be so super busy that I just get you sort of juggling loads of things, spinning loads of plates, but really happy to do it because you're feeling on top of the world as we go into the summer months. So the summer months for you, from May, June, July and August, it's hard work. It's seeing the fruits of what your plans were. The foundations are being set from then. You're progressing from then in a very successful way. And you're the life of the party. I'm just getting invitations coming to you for different events that are happening during those months as well, and you just feeling really light, really happy. Things are flowing for you, trips, holidays, everything is going super well. There's business ideas for people are springing off. Literally anything and everything, in our own individual ways as Geminis are going to be successfully laid in those months in particular. But like I said, for some of you would have started earlier because of how you frame things in your mind. I feel here that we all have this, that as we sort of get to September and October, because things are going so well, and I think sometimes we can all get a bit impatient about things, just watch your impatience again in those kind of months. But I think overall, because you've had some harsh lessons at the beginning of the year, that actually anything that comes up that you might think will be a very fleeting moment, For some of you, I'm getting house moves also in that way, and also a transfer of job, particularly in the month of October, that you perhaps would have had a delay about hearing about also in the earlier months. So you'll hear about it, know the direction you're going, know that you've got it, or got that contract, or got that success, or got into that college. By the time October comes around, you're either starting on that foot, you are starting in that place. You probably would have heard in September, but you're starting in that time. I feel as we go into November, because of your experience and your own sort of personal learning about which aspect of you show, and how that then influence your happiness in your life, there's a great acknowledgement about that in November that makes you just want to give more of yourself to people, particularly when it comes to connections. So particularly in that month, love is blossoming, or you might be looking for new love again. That's a really good time for a lot of self-awareness, lots of spiritual awakening in that moment, in that time. And you almost telling yourself, I'm going to try my very hardest to not let that aspect of me come out, because actually I've recognized and learnt from that, from my own spiritual growth, that it didn't serve me not very well. And with that, you kind of end the year with that strong recognition that you can empower and change and manifest things in a very healthy way when you frame things in your mind in a much better way. Almost like you, because of you having quite a tricky journey, if you've chosen it, because it very much is about choice and not necessarily about it will. It's about you choosing to have that rocky journey, whether you're aware of it or not. But because you are aware of it now, because I'm telling you this, you have that choice. For those of you who don't see this, you're just going to go probably along the not so good route and then catch up with this video later and go, gosh, I should have seen this from Bella. But because you will anyway have this recognition as you get to the end of the year, it is super empowering. It's the sort of thing that you can teach other people how to be. So for lots of you, whether this is just friendship-wise, or actually you deciding to go into professions where you're helping or being in the service of others, comes up quite a lot also at the end of the year, because of that spiritual awakening that's happened within you. So do know that everything that happens to us, even the dark stuff, is the contrast that we need to push us forward for growth, but also to help and expand with other people as well. And I feel here that you, out of all the star signs, even though you've had a trickier ride, are going to be super important in influencing other star signs, other people, in how they can grow and to avoid the experiences that you've had, in whatever way or shape that is. It could just be that you're just giving your friend advice, and that's good enough, because we help one person, then we help one person, don't we? So I'm wincing a little bit because I think this is a harsh reading, but there is good in it, and I hope you can see the tones of the good in it, greatly good in it. But regardless of whatever path you take, May is the time that you springboard into wonderfulness and everything starts coming into place for you. So I do hope that's giving you the theme for 2017 for you, and I super hope you have a really happy year. Again, if you want to have a personal reading, perhaps I've touched on something that you think, oh, I need to dig in that a little bit more so that I can truly avoid certain things that I'm feeling, so that I can frame things better, then super happy to help you. And the links again to my services are just down below. So I do hope you have a good 2017 even, and I hope to hear from you again. Take care. Bye-bye.